Coming to the branches of accounting, financial accounting helps in preparation of journal, subsidiary books, ledger, trial balance, reports. Reports prepared by financial accounting are profit and loss account and balance sheet. Cost accounting helps in the preparation of cost sheet, material cost, labor cost, other expenses cost. Reports that are prepared by cost accounting are standard cost, variance cost, break-even analysis, marginal cost, and price determination. Management accounting helps in the preparation of trade analysis, ratio analysis, funds flow analysis, cash flow analysis, and the reports prepared by management accounting are budgetary and interpretation. Coming to the systems, there are two categories of systems of accounting. They are single entry system and double entry system. In single entry system helps in maintaining cash book and personal accounts. Single entry system will be maintaining the personal accounts of debtors and creditors. It ignores nominal accounts and real account except cash account. Single entry system, only personal accounts with or without subsidiary books are maintained and has no complete record of business transactions done during the specific period. Neither the trial balance nor final accounts can be prepared. This system is simple and is less costly, and it is adopted by small concerns where the business transactions are few. So, single entry system is an incomplete form of recording the financial transactions, which fails to disclose true profit and loss and the correct financial position of the business organization cannot be displayed by single entry system and does not have fixed rules or the principles to record the financial transactions of the business. So these are the drawbacks of single entry system. Coming to the double entry system, every business transactions has two aspects. When we receive something, we give something else in return. For example, when we purchase goods for cash, we receive goods and give cash in returns. Similarly, in a credit sale of goods, goods are given to the customer and the customer becomes the debtor for the amount of goods sold to him. So this method of writing every transaction in two accounts is known as double entry system of accounting. So two accounts, one account is given debit while the other account is given credit. So in this way, double entry system will be maintained. Double entry bookkeeping transaction, every transaction has at least two accounts, always includes one debit and one credit. Total debits and total credits will be always equal. The entries are recorded in the books of accounts. How many are involved in a given transaction? The fundamental equation of assets will always be equal to liabilities plus equity. So this is about the double entry system. Coming to the advantages of accounting. Coming to the advantages of accounting. First advantage is replacement of memory. A business at large will be having very large amount of transactions. A businessman has to remember all the transactions. It will become very difficult for him to remember all the transactions. So accounting provides records which will furnish information as and when desired, and thus it replaces the human memory. So this is one of the advantage of accounting. And the next advantage is evidence in court. Properly, when we maintain the transactions, often treated as a good evidence in the court to settle the disputes. Accounting, another advantage is settlement of taxation liability. If we are able to maintain the accounts properly, it will be a great assistance to the businessman to settle the income tax and also the sales tax liability. The tax authorities may impose any amount of tax which the businessman will have to pay. In this way, accounting helps us in settlement of taxation liability. Now coming to the another advantage, comparative study. Accounting also provides the facility of comparative study of various aspects of business. They are profit, what is the profit, what are all the sales, and what are all the expenses with the previous year. So which will help the businessman to locate the significant factor leading to the change. So this will help in effectiveness of the business organization. The comparative study always helps the organization to uplift the capability of the organization. Now coming to the another advantage, sale of business. If the accounts are maintained properly, it helps to ascertain the proper purchase price. The businessman is interested to sell his business. If at all he is interested to sell his business, the proper purchase price can be maintained by the books of accounts. Coming to the next advantage, assistance to the insolvent person. Accounting will also help the insolvent person. Unfortunately, if a person becomes insolvent, he is unable to pay to his creditors. He explains many things about the past with the help of the accounts and can start a fresh life. So now coming to the next advantage, it will be an assistance to various parties. Accounting not only helps in several things, it also helps to various parties. They are owners. Owners will be provided with the complete information, and the creditors also will be provided with the information. Investors, government, managers, research scholars, public and employees with total financial position of the business enterprise. From the viewpoint of each and everybody, the information will be provided to several people. The next advantage is it will be facilitating the raising loans. So accounting facilitates raising loans from lenders by providing them the required financial information. With the financial information provided by the accounting, the loans can be raised. Now coming to the assistance to the management. This is another advantage. It will also accounting will be helping the management in taking the managerial decisions. For example, projecting cash flow statement facilities to the management and also future receipts and payments, and to take decisions regarding anticipated surplus or if at all any shortage of funds are there, so that all things can be assisted to the management with the help of accounting. Now coming to the next advantage is it will also facilitate control over assets. Accounting facilitates control over assets by providing information regarding the cash balance, information regarding the bank balance, and also the information about stock, debtors, fixed assets, etc. So, in this way, accounting is advantageous to the organization. Coming to the limitations of accounting. So, accounting helps in records only the monetary transactions. So, it will not be able to record non-monetary transactions. Those transactions which cannot be measured in monetary terms between the production and the marketing managers and efficient management, etc. So, this is one of the drawback of the accounting. Coming to the second limitation, effect of price level changes cannot be considered. So, price level changes, by time to time the price will be changed. So, these changes cannot be considered by the accounting. So, overall effect of price level changes is not brought into the books with the result. The comparison of the various years becomes difficult. For example, the ratio of sale to total assets in 2014 would be much more higher in 2006 due to raising prices. So, fixed assets being shown at cost, not at market. So, this is one of the limitation of accounting. Another limitation is no realistic information. So, accounting may not be realistic as accounting statement prepared by following basic concepts. For example, a concern concept gives us an idea that the business will continue and the assets are to be recorded at cost, but the book value which the asset is showing may not be actually realizable. Similarly, following the principle of conservatism, the financial statement will not reflect the true position of the accounting. So, this is one of the limitation of accounting. Another limitation is personal bias of accountant affects the accounting statements. So, here, personal judgments of the accountant will affect the accounting work. So, he may select any method of depreciation. So, any method of valuation of stock, amortization of fixed asset, and treatment of deferred revenue expenditure. And the judgment based on integrity and competency of the accountant will affect the preparation of the accounting statements. So, this is another limitation. Coming to the next limitation is accounting permits alternative treatments. So, here generally accepted accounting concepts and conventions. So, these principles will be accepted by the accountant. For example, method of charging depreciation may be straight line method or diminishing balance method or some other method. Similarly, closing stock may be valued by FIFO, LIFO or average price method. So, there are different types of valuation of closing stock. So, this may affect the valuation. Hence, accounting can be manipulated. So, different methods gives different results. Results may not be comparable. So, this is one of the limitation. So, profit on another limitation is profit no real test of managerial performance. So, profit earned during an accounting period is not the real test of managerial performance. Profit may be shown in excess by manipulation of accounts or by suppressing such cost as depreciation, advertisement and research and development, or taking excess value of closing stock. This may give adverse effect. So, in this way, this is one of the limitation of accounting. And another limitation is historical in nature. Accounting supplies the information in the form of profit and loss account and balance sheet at the end of the year. Thus, the information provided is of historical interest and only gives post-mortem analysis of the past accounting information. And it is not helpful for control or for planning purpose. So this is one of the drawbacks. Now coming to the next limitation is window dressing. That is, when an accounting resorts to window dressing in the balance sheet cannot exhibit the true and fair view of the state of affairs of the business. So these are all the limitations of accounting. Coming to the basis of accounting. Basis of accounting has three approaches to accounting. They are cash basis, accrual basis, hybrid or mixed basis. So what is cash basis? Cash basis of accounting, actually cash receipts and actual cash payments are recorded. Credit transactions are not recorded at all and are ignored till the cash is actually received or paid. Income is merely the difference between the cash receipts and cash payments. The receipts and payments account prepared in case of not of profit organizations such as charitable institutions, a club, a school, a college, etc. Professional men like lawyer, doctor, chartered accountants, etc. can be cited as the best example of cash basis. This method, income is recorded when cash is received and expenses are recorded when cash is paid. So cash basis accounting does not have the provision of GAAP and is not considered a good management tool. So, however, coming to the next one is accrual basis of accounting. So, in accrual basis of accounting, we have disadvantage of cash basis. Accrual basis of accounting has been developed by accountants. Every cash receipt cannot be treated as income for determining the true profit of the accounting. So, accrual basis of accounting rejects the circumstances of receipts or payment of cash as criteria for associating. So, this basis of accounting is based on concept of realistic, and here in this accrual basis of accounting, the income, whether received or not, but has to earned or accrued during the period, forms part of the total income of that period. So, this accrued basis of accounting has the principle which revenue is required will be recorded when earned and expenses are recognized when incurred. Coming to the hybrid or mixed basis of accounting. So, hybrid or mixed basis of accounting is considered as the third method of basis of accounting. So, in this type of accounting, the limitations of cash basis and accrual basis have been removed off. So, this is simple system. Cash basis is a simple system, whereas accrual basis is accounting of scientific and reliable. Here, hybrid or mixed basis of accounting has been taken the advantages of two of the systems and comes up as mixed. So, this method of cash basis and accrual basis will help us in recording the incomes on cash basis, whereas expenses are taken on accrual basis. The net income is ascertained by matching expenses on accrual basis with income on cash basis. So, this is about the hybrid or mixed basis of accounting. Comes to the end of the class.